And on we go with the rest of the records now, and to a little label that was in the 80s, not very popular, but a very interesting record for its time was this one. Music Man Records. Professional disco music. With disco? Anyway, this is the song by Clubhouse, which did a couple of good records at the time. And this is Our Man Yeke Yeke and Monty Campbell, who wrote that song originally. This is the a version of Our Man by Chicago, but done in a very bad way. Yeah, this has been produced by Gianfranco Bortolotti, who did a lot of these things. He also did, well, my personal opinion, this guy I think was nicking original stuff and was basically mixing it all himself. I think it all was. This is the Music Man version of 12003. I'd say the normalness either. And then we've got the B side, which is just basically the identical copy of that, but basically on the B side is just him playing keyboards and pissing around the studio, which is crap. So this is well, I understand. I don't know where this was produced, but apparently this is licensed from Media SRL. That was Gianfranco Bortolotti's own label at the time, and this is just been a reproduction that came out in the UK. And for the time I bought it, I really don't like this at all. I hate it. It's too oh, how should I say? I'd say 0 on this at all. There's rapping on this. Rap. I don't even like rapping for start. And lots of scratching modes. And fuck this record. Fuck it. So fuck this one. So don't even decide to play this at all. But for when I bought it, no, this is a no-no. So this is just shocking. Shocking to say the least. 0. I'd say absolutely no. Not on this one at all. Anybody like Erasure? Erasure. Erasure. These were just brilliant. Andy Bell and Vince Clarke. Two of the most amazing guys who formed this band, this group. Most successful group actually signed to Mute Records many years ago. This is Blue Savannah. This is the remix that came out. This is the I understand this is the guitar version. I know. Well, they said, why did they have to remix this version and not put the original version of it? Because they wanted it for personal reasons. Anyway, this is the Greek edition of it. This is maybe the UK sleeve, but it's obviously got the Greek vinyl inside. I'll explain why in a minute. It's got one of obviously the video for this was bloody brilliant when it came out. It was filmed at I think it was filmed in London. Was it London somewhere? I can't remember what it was filmed now. But anyway, the video is brilliant. Very weird. Run Around the Underground is not on any album. It was only for this release only. And no GDM. Don't even start going. That's actually Grey Dark Man. That's what it means. But stay away from that version. Stick with Run Around the Underground. It's brilliant on that. Anyway, this was done by Gareth Jones. No relation to the guy you think on the TV, ITV. No, it's not. Mark Saunders and Erasure. Mark Saunders, I've got to tell you, he did every single Erasure mix. Mark Saunders mixes for Erasure were bloody brilliant at the time. Really good. This was called Church Studios and Swing in London. The B-side was done at Knox Studios and Swing as well. Engineered by Wendy Miller. Possible. And yeah, this is the basic information. So Mute Records to this day are still going strong. With Daniel being at the wings of it all. You may think this has been coloured in. I coloured this in because I was bored. That's why. This is apparently this is made in Sweden. Made in Sweden. Yeah, it is actually made in Sweden. This is, from my point of view, this mix, I'm going to be honest, I don't like this mix. I'll tell you why. It's the only mix that I would say no. because the guitar is awful in it. It's just like, it just sounds bloody awful. But for its time, it was a good hit when it came out. It was a hell of a hit when it came out. When the album came out, it was brilliant. But I always like top singles of Erasure ones. I think they're great. Blue Savannah, the remix, I wouldn't even go there. But if they had a chance to get that on 7-single, I'd stick with the 7-single version of it. But this one is all right. Actually, it's fine. But Blue Savannah by Erasure, it's a good song, and I really like it. It's good. Damien and the Time Warp. No, this is Wham Bam. Yes, it's the Sweet. It's the cover of the Sweet. Yeah. No. Now, you'll know that there is rumors going around that he appeared in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes, he appeared in the stage show of it, but didn't appear in the film. Right, for start. Okay, this day he's still going. Actually, he's pretty good. He was born in Manchester, raised in Manchester, and he made this final one. This is the final one he made as an attempt to redevelop the Time Warp song. In this thing is just production side of it is Pete Hammond's medium work on this. So it's trying to be a rip off of what it is. Anyway, last song ever done by this guy. They made any more after that one was done. This is obviously the cover of the Sweet. I'd stay with the Sweet version, to be honest. This one, but I'm going to tell you that Pete Hammond tried his best on this one. Didn't work. Didn't work for 1 second. Didn't work. Anyway, we've got Roddy Matthews on this as well, and Mary Carew. Names. Rapped by Al Rockwell. Now, but there's a significant information about this. The rapper who appeared on the Time Warp 88 version died. He was no longer. He died. So what they did was they couldn't get a hold of him, or something happened to him, and they got this new version in. But the rap on this is awful. Don't you fucking start? It's just been an attempt to try and what's trying to be. Now I've got a second track called "Putting All Behind Me" by Steve Hopkins. Co-written, well, actually, it's written by Nigel Martin Smith, who formed a band at the time. I'm going to talk about. This was the last. I think this would be the last record released by Jive Records because Jive was just going out of administration at the time, and it changed hands over to the American company. It was bought up by that time anyway. That company is still going to this day. And it is. And the management, Nigel Martin Smith. Yes, most personal management ever made at Half Moon Chambers in Manchester. And yeah, most important person he is as well. So this would have been the last record done by Jive Records. This is done at Miles. Yes, Miles. And it is, from my point of view, for its time, no, it's not. This is not one of the. This is just like an identical replica of the Time Warp. Just trying to replicate it, really, but that's not really very good. Anyway, but publishing rights from. But there is interesting about the publishing rights in it. Now, as you may see there, it's got Mike Chapman and Nicky Chin who wrote the song, but it's got this thing here to State Music Limited. Now, that's very interesting. Now, at the time, it was written for the Sweet. It was Rack Music Publishing. Now, I've got a funny feeling that Rack Music Publishing had just died, and it was sold over to Slate Music Limited. That is interesting. Interesting. The B-side, don't bother with the B-side because it's shit. Anyway, Damien's Wig Bam, I would not go with this at all. Terrible. Now on to something that is amazing, and without a doubt, if you thought Pete Hammond's version of that one was awful, we come on to his best work, Fantasia, Tonight. I love this fucking song to death. I love it. It's on YouTube. Check it out. First of all, but I didn't know this, Helen Shepherd is now an opera singer. Tim Gordon was the boyfriend, not the. They weren't married. Tim Gordon went to form a rock goth band, which is brilliant, and she went to be an opera singer. But people think she's actually a TV star. No. They both wrote the song together, which was a very unusual thing because Peter Darrell was never involved. No. But they got Pete Hammond to come and do these magic tricks on it, and I don't know why I well up so much when I hear this because I cry a lot of the song. It's just fucking brilliant. I love that. I just think it was because the way of production on this is just outstanding. It's just brilliant. This isn't the sort of pop shit thing, you know. This isn't your pop crap. This is proper stuff. This is proper guitars. This is proper bass, proper production. This is proper 80s best stuff. This. So why did they say it's not done by Peter Darrell? Because they didn't write it. Thank God they didn't either. Anyway, this is the we've got the Dancing Fish mix. Well, I've got to tell you that is a joke for a start. It's not. It's the full version and produced by Pete Hammond for Peter Darrell. Gordon Dennis did engineer this, but he didn't want his credit. Mustn't want his name on there as well, which is interesting. Got Emily's Party as well, which is a little thing to homage to her daughter, which is lovely. And then we've got a brilliant thing here, which I've never seen on any cover at all, is this wonderful story. So let's read it in a cartoony voice of it and see. Late one night, Tim was working in the lab. Yeah, good. He asked Helen to put on the transducer. Thought transducer, pretty interesting. Just concentrate in your thoughts. Interesting, good. You're My Fantasy, which is in the song. Wow! Woo! Hey, good song. Then it says, just imagine what we could do with this. The sky's the limit. Yeah, I wonder where. Okay. And then it says, tonight's the night to be continued. Okay. Actually, there was a part 2 of this. They brought out a sequel to this song, but was a flop. Anyway, information about this record. All songs written and performed by Helen Shepard and Tim Gordon. Yes, it was. No involvement from Peter Darrell. Buttons were pressed at Ventura Studios, which Tim Gordon did own. And the remix was done by good old Pete Hammond. Which I have to say, I'm glad this wasn't a shoddy Peter Darrell piece of shit thing, this, because this was brilliant. Now, this is done on the wonderful Chrysalis label, which Chris Wright already owned at the time. And Buy Down, I don't know why the hell I get welled up so much when I talk about this record, but I just do. But I'm very happy that this was just done by the Pete Hammond man of the world. And I have to say that I don't know what makes me upset about it, but I just love her voice is amazing. I love the this 7 single version of it is brilliant. I love the beginning on that; it's just so brilliant. And also the other one was produced by Tim Gordon, who did the Emmy's Party one, which is very nice. Dedication to a little daughter, so sweet, and it's nice. So this one, yes, definitely a 10 out of 10 for this. The first time I heard it, I thought, oh, it's maybe a bit dodgy, maybe a bit shit. I thought, oh, fuck it. That is just dynamite, brilliant stuff. That's Life from Fantasia. I recommend this one, 100%. Love it. Continuing on with the rest of the vinyls now, and going on to 80s brilliant stuff from the film Electric Dreams. It is Together Electric Dreams, which is one of the most brilliant songs ever written by Giorgio Moroder. And this is the Steve Bates remix. It is. Well, I'd say remix. It's the edited remix, apparently. A lot of edits in this mix. I don't know why the hell I did it for, but for the UK market, there's a reason why, actually. Now, this is taken from the film of Electric Dreams. Have you ever seen Electric Dreams, the film? Fucking awesome film. It's brilliant. Actually, the soundtrack's pretty good. When this came out in the UK, there was a lot of problems with this. A lot of problems. Virgin insisted to cut this down for the UK market. because the reason being is they didn't want a massive 9-minute version of it. They wanted it very condensed and very short. So what Steve Bates did on this was they had to cut out the whole 2 single version because it was too long. So for the UK market, they decided that because the version was great, unfortunately it's too long, we've got to cut it down. So they cut it down to a 5-minute version, which the edited on this is fucking dreadful beyond belief. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. If you heard it on YouTube, thumbs down this, definitely thumbs down. No. Editing is absolutely shoddy to hell. It's just terrible. But for the song side of it, still good. So Steve Bates did this editing on it. He edited it. He mixed it as well, but he had to edit, to cut it down. It was a bloody shoddy job he did as well. Anyway, we've got the edited 12-inch single of Together in Illustrated Dreams. This is the identical. This is identical to the one that's on YouTube. Produced at Townhouse. Kevin Metcalf did this. Interesting. And EMI did a Turkey Dog. Obviously, version was owned by EMI and still is owned by EMI. So this version is definitely a no-no on this because it's just edited to fuck. The B-side, even worse. They chopped the B-side as well down as well in it, which is awful. I think Virgin just wanted to get it out very quickly. Just cut it down to the best bits in the song and just get it out and stuff. But don't avoid this extended thing. It's not extended. This is the edited version. I think the US edition that came out is the full version of it. B-side of it is good. Cut the hell. But this is chopped the fuck this is. But stay with the 7-single version of it and the US long version, which is bloody good if you track it down. But that song was, for the time it came out, was still fucking brilliant. Okay, now on to a childhood classic now. Everybody in the whole UK, everybody in the whole world should have this in their collection. And I'm betting you, when I show this cover, you're going to go, what the fuck's he got here? Everybody has this. I'm sure everybody in the collection has this. Okay? Why have I got it? I will tell you why I have this. Now, there's a very interesting story about this, actually. This was written for Simon Cowell. Yes. Because he was worried, because he made loads of money at the time, and it was just, you know, now this is not a PWL production. This is not, for a starter. James George Hargreaves wrote both tracks. And this is, says here, deleted, and it's got here, Cruising Remix. I'll talk about that in a minute. As you all know, this woman is now multi-millionaire woman of the world. This was run by Diane Ritson for some reason, but we'll ignore her. She's now made a huge career for herself. Sunita at the time was broke, didn't have any money, made this record. It saved Fanfare's whole thing. This is Fanfare 7. Last production done by George Hargreaves and Mick Parker. Good at the time. Now, this is a very interesting story. You guys don't know about this. Guess who's on the track? Michael Brown is on this. Michael Brown is on backing vocals on this because she helped her daughter out singing the song. Great, brilliant. I think Michael Brown and her voice together is absolutely fabulous. Now, I have to say, this is dedicated to Simon. As I say, this was written for Simon Cowell because he, at the time, was making more money and stuff as well. And the lyrics, of my point of view, are great. Now, everybody gets confused about the A's and B sides. Now, I've put on here A side because it is actually this, but it's a double A side, single. It makes sense. Now, but for the time it came out, knockout fucking thing. Also the highest video view on YouTube as well, which is cool. If anybody ever gets a chance to cover this song and do it in a rock mode, please do. It'd be great. So it's a double A-sided single because the remix of Cruising appears for the first time on this single. The original mix that came out was a fucking terrible disaster, so they decided to get Tony Akins and Richard Bull to remix this track which I think was a brilliant idea. You can hear a lot of the production in this. You can hear a lot of the mixing. In fact, just to clarify something about this Cruising remix, if you hear it on YouTube, if you get a pair of headphones, you can hear the mix done live. It's done live, actually. It's not done edited or anything. It's done live on a mixing desk where you can hear the drums, the synth drums on it. And you can hear all the synth drums and all the parts made. You can hear how they did it and mixed it very well. And Michael Brown's actually on this as well. She's on the remix actually as well, which is good. So yeah. Now, you may think there's something on this which is being crossed out. They originally were going to put it as Sonita A1, but that's obviously a fault from the pressing plant. So they decided to rename it as 12 fan XA or something. Is it XA? XA 7A it is, right? Because apparently someone must have put Sonita on there, which is like, no, don't put that on. Anyway, on the B side of it, which everybody now says this is the B side, double A side, which is now Diamond Studios did this one, and this is obviously the Summer Chill record as well. George James Hargreaves wrote the song, last production ever done, and from my point of view, it is bloody good. But you know, for the collectability of it now, this is now probably worth a lot of money. This because on Discogs, it's selling it for a shitload of money for a mint condition one, but this is an ex-used one version of it. But for the time it came out, though, it was good to have, and it was wonderful. And Simon Cowell's most important album ever made, record this. See, as So Much Oh. Now there's something with another collectability. Rufflestein, London Bay Records. Right. First of all, this company here, is still going actually, which is unusual. And this is the Rufflestein that came out, which was the most originally released on Infinity Records in 1988, brought over here straight up 1991. This came out, I think. Yeah, 1991. London Records this came out on. I'll quickly show you the vinyl first. Licensed in 1990, from Infinity Records Belgium. The other side of it's got the rhythm remix, which was from 1990 as well. Now, but the reason they've put 1990 on this is because this was originally released in 1988, but London Records didn't start until that time. So that date confirms that when London Records had began. It began. And what London Records used to be was a licensing company. They were licensing stuff from many of the imported stuff to be on their label, because they were trying to make money at the time, and it was just very hard. There's a very interesting thing about this print of it. People don't know. The tape they've used on this printing sounds like it's been done very cleverly done. When it came out, you can hear the very beginning of it where there's like sort of like a tape one at the beginning of it. They press the play button on it, and when they did this, it was done fast, very rushly pressed this was, because I want to get out so quick. Which came out on 7 single and 12 single, and this is from a single version of it, obviously the full version of it. There's also a remix as well. It came out on the Lone Mega Mix Volume 1 on 227, and they were basically licensing loads of stuff from the time it came out on this label. Best one ever came out was From Here to Eternity, which is the first one they've done. Now, the guy who owned this was Duncan Finlayson, who owned the records at the time. This came out in May 1990. This was actually what was released at the time. And it's got a great thing here. It's got Ted 9 Rufflestein was dedicated to 8 of those serious dancers that we see every night and Sunday afternoon at Rockies and the Mind Shaft in Manchester, and the Flamingo in Blackpool, and to Big Bird, who is Mike Kapok, who is still this day going so well, Renee, Winnie, and Noz, who have worn this record out to death from day one. Passos Poppers, let's go. And So at the time it came out, this is still regarded as one of the best songs ever written by Fonny DeWolf and Ray Malouge. And this is just classic stuff at its best. As I say, I don't have the original version of it because the original, I've never had it in my life. But this one is the reprint of it. It came out on London Records. Biggest hit ever made, this in the 90s, but originally released 88. From Mother's Steam. Brilliant. Hazel Dean. One of the most amazing singers that is still to this day. Brilliant. A record is somewhere. I don't know what record is, but I've got the sleeve. Anyway, whatever I do, wherever I go. First ever production. I think this is actually the first ever writing credit for Mike Stock and Matt Aiken, who wrote this song, which Pete Waterman never produced it. Right for a start, never produced it. Anyway, we've got the 12-inch single version. We've got the dub mix version, which is a studio track. Young Boy in the City. First time she ever produced that song as well. She went to do a lot more productions as well from it. Directed by Mike Stock and Matt Aiken. That directing thing, by the way, people are confused if it's produced or directed. Apparently, it's vocals. Producing the vocals by them two guys. They actually produced it. Pete Waterman was never involved in this. He never produced it. He just says, "Oh, Pete Waterman production." No, he never produced it. He just basically let them two guys do it because they still at this time were good. I'd say one of my favourite tracks ever. Probably the first time they used samples on, like sort of tapes and stuff on it as well, with some weird effects in it. But I have to say, Proto Records still was another company that came out, and from this one, I've got to tell you, great vocals in this. Check it out, it's good. Hazel Dean, Wherever I Do, Wherever I Go. Talked about before Doctor's Orders from Lisa. And now we're going on to an American version of it, which, from my point of view, this version kicks ass so well. This is on the Savoy Fair record label, and this is Megan and Doctor's Orders, Cough Cough. Yes, this is the Doctor's Orders. This is the proper version of it this time. This is 1984. This is the record label. Didn't last long. It only produced a few records, and after that it was done. Now this is the UK special remix that came out for the UK market very quickly off the shelves. This one. This has been the reissue that came out because it doesn't have Special Dynamics UK on it. This is just my version here. Eddie O'Loughlin, Marcus Barone, and additional production by Tony Akins. Richard Bull did it. Mark Berry and Richard Bull did the original remix on it before Tony Akins did a mix on it as well. His mix on this is brilliant, and a lot of the drum work, the drum they used on it was like supposed to be a cough drum on it, but the drums on this is pretty good. And I think this is the start of them sort of like learning how to do records really mixed well as well in it, which is so fucking cool. So that's the remix that came out. The original version is on the B-side. This is licensed from Next Plateau Records, which Eddie O'Loughlin owned at the time this came out, and this is a Tommy Suzzy mix with Tony Musto as well, the dynamic duo mix in it, which that version is brilliant. It's the original mix of it. Also, it's got a backing track called "Don't Sing." It looks like that's been a track done live in the studio, and they've just put faders up, faders down, and all that business. It's like, what the fuck's that shit? So anyway, this version is bloody good. So Megan, Doctor's Orders, check it out on YouTube. Really good song. Now on to more embarrassing records at the time. Me. Roboquit's Magic Fly. Cover version from Magic. Serious man there. Yeah. Anyway, right now, this is released on the Saturday record label. Ian Levine again. This came around, I think, I understand that when the war had just, well, I think there was somebody with army or something else because they're wearing an army suit there. Les Cokill and what's his name again? Andy Robbins. Well, this guy died. This guy is still with us. But that's Andy. That's, by the way, that's Les Cokill, by the way. But he died. He passed away. this record was very, very, very important. I think it's because the two guys were wanting to do a record and they decided to cover Magic Fly. What they did in this version, they did a brilliant. Now, I think what they were trying to do was being like Yellow's The Race, and this sounds very similar to it as well. A lot of keyboard, a lot of production, loud drums on this. Good bassons as well. Sounds like we're going into army war. We're going to a war. This is a final countdown. Anyway, no, this is a very important record. This Ian Levine is credited saying, "So thanks to Ian Levine, who whom this record would not have been possible to do." And yeah, I think I know why this is done for. The bonus feature on this is the flasher, which is the energy version, which was just basically Ian Levine's business going on there. It was produced by this co-killer Randy Robbins, who's no longer with us now, and it's arranged and programmed by Andy Robbins, engineered by Frank. I know who that guy is anyway. Twilight Studios in Manchester. It's got a Manchester. Also, it's got here names. If you know these names, go ahead. Duncan Finlation again. Michael Pox, Bill still there. And that's where Saturday Records was. Acton London was apparently it was just a little distribution company actually. And it was also distributed by Rams Horn, Trax Records, and all the other people involved as well. Yes, loads of people involved in this one. Released on the Saturday Record label, which is another one of these labels for what Ian Levine's company did. 10 records were produced for this ones. This was actually the third. Sorry, 11 were produced because this was the second to last release that came out from the label, and it's good. Flasher, pretty good version actually, that one, and Magic Fly, good, very important that is as well. And also the copyright on this is owned by Vocal Recording Group 1, and the other one is done by Warner Bros. Music as well, which is copyright non-PPL. Non-PPL. I don't understand what non-PPL means. What is it? You can play it in discos or something else. Don't know anyway. But pretty good version, that. Pretty good version. Check it out. It's good. Raw Recruits Magic Fly. Very good song. Right. Now, I just recently watched Videodrome this weekend, which was bloody good. Now we're going on to, well, apparently it says here Warner Entertainment Artists in the sleeve. Don't know what's going on there. Anyway, Blondie Heart of Glass. I'm not a fan of Blondie. I don't know. I think what gets me is probably Debbie Harry's voice is not for me, and it doesn't really sink in. Parallel Lines is probably the safest album to get, but I really didn't like Blondie. But I do have to say one thing about this record. Yeah, this is the 12-inch single version of Heart of Glass. There is one huge thing about this which is getting me. They've cut this. What they've done on this 12-inch single version, the pain in the ass bit is not on this version at all. No, it's not. They've cut it out of this 12-inch single version of it. I don't know why. It's very short. It's only 5 minutes and 50 seconds on, but for the side of it, for when it came out, it's pretty good drums on it, which is awesome. And what I like about it is I like the B-side better because the instrumental version of it is fucking brilliant, which I've never, ever, ever seen on any reissue ever. I've never seen that ever on any reissue. I also got a bonus track, Rifle Range, which is off another album, off their first album, I think, which is done by Richard Gothegeder, and yeah, this was done by EMI. From my point of view, right, I'm going to be safe with it because it's a rare collectability now. From standard issue of this, I'm going to say yes, definitely yes on this. But I'm not really into Blondie. I don't know why. I think it's because I think it's Debbie's voice. But let you have an opinion about it. Try it out if you can. Parallel Lines are probably the best album I've made, with good old Meg Chapman producing all her albums anyway. But Heart of Glass, from my point of view, when it came out, it probably is one of the most popular songs ever written, and I've got to tell you, it is very good. So yeah, Blondie, I'm not a fan of Blondie, but that song, it's all right. Right, back to Nightmare Records now, and this is Shandy Clark and Awesome. It's awesome. My channel's awesome. Everything's awesome. Yeah. This woman, would you believe, was in We Will Rock You. Yes, We Will Rock You. She was in We Will Rock You. She was the Queen, big Queen thing, was doing that Five Bottom Girls. Anyway, this song is actually, from what I understand, it sounds like we're in a church. Yes, it sounds like we're in church. It sounds like we're going to church and we're going to sing this song called Awesome, which is really lifting our spirits high, lifting up them higher notes and touching the sky and going your way every day. And from my point of view, this sounds like a church song. This, I don't know what they were doing at the time of this. Anyway, it is an Ian Levine collaboration with Frank Trench back doing this one. That record's number 44. This was done and arranged, produced and arranged by Ian Levine, Frank Trench, Southdown Productions. No longer there now. Originally by Phil DaCosta, Paradise Studio London, mixed by Ian Levine, Stephen Wagner, engineered by Robin Sellers, and all the other things as well. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, this one I feel will go to church. That's what I feel like. It's too long, this song. Anyway, for when it came out though, not bad. B-side, brilliant. The A-side, just say yes. What is that I've got written in there? Full version, full vocal version, very good. But you can see that anyway. What's my engraving on there? Anyway, so yeah, if you want to go to church and want to be a church song mode, that's the song you need. It's all awesome. Now on to another one, and who the hell we got next? We've got Marsha Raven next, and The Jealous Sensation. Not Jealous Sensation. This is a song done again. No, this is not a Ian Levine song. This is done by, I think she also had a hit with Catch Me. She had a hit with Alec Plastic, which is never available on YouTube. That song, not available on YouTube. That song at all. No, this is one of the songs which was not very well, for time I bought it. I checked it out and I thought, is this going to be another Ian Levine shit? In fact, it wasn't. The vocals in this is great. Trace Ackerman's backup vocals in this is good. And it is the first one that was collaborated with Demi Legasic and Phil DaCosta, because at the time, Stephen Wagner was involved, but he didn't write it. But they decided they would write this song for her. But this is based on the relationship that gone wrong. Anyway, the main point about this song is the production is pretty good, actually, bloody good. If I wish somebody would re-record all these songs by Ian Levine, pay bloody good money for something else like that as well. So this song is on YouTube. I think this version is the version's brilliant. The way they wrote the monologues in this for her is, from my point of view, it's bloody good. The B side of it is interesting, very interesting. The B side's brilliant, actually. So I'll put my point of view. I'm glad I got this one. This one was great. I first heard this on a compilation called Classic High Energy, and it was brilliant. But my point of view, if some person out there wants to re-record this, not a cheeky dance version, but please record as a rock version of it, it would rock so well. This was really good. This is May 41, 1988. This came out, Nightmare Records. I have to say, please get somebody to re-record this one, because this song is fucking good. And my point of view, I'm very glad they wrote the parts for her. The two guys who wrote this for her on this, because it seriously is right what she says. It's right. Anyway, Jealous Sensation, Marsha Raven, good song, really awesome. Alright, and now on to more embarrassing tracks now with Body Heat. What the hell's going on here? Oh my god! Oh my god! What's he doing? Anyway, looks like Dre from Watch Girls Play. I look like Dre from Watch Girls Play. Anyway, it's Body Heat. No, Mr. Boom Boom. I can't believe. Now then, people of the world, did you all know that this is a carbon copy of another song you might have heard many times? Yeah, remember the song Boom Boom, Let's Go Back to My Room? This is supposed to be the new version. Anyway, this is released on Diamond Records. Look, Diamond Records. See the Diamond Records. This is the first one done by Diamond Records. Now, Diamond Records was a very short-lived company by Spartan Records who did this. Now, the company, Diamond Records, only released 3 songs. That was it. The company went bust after that. There was this one. There was also the one by the Man to Man one, which you'll see later. And but yeah, this one, no. I definitely put a no on this. No, Mr. Boom Boom, Mr. Boom Boom. Anyway, licensed from Sizzle Records in America. Only one I've hit in Canada. It was actually a Canadian release. This, just a carbon copy of Boom Boom. Fucking shit. Anyway, first of all, let's talk about the club mix first. This is especially, well, I understand this mix is the same as the US version. Okay, the B-side of it is edited, shorter. Actually, this is the edited dub mix. Apparently, the company did this in their own ways. Anyway, we've got inscriptions here. Bibu Tape 1 again. Was it Bibu Tape 1? Yeah. DB Tape 1 from somewhere else. And that's it, really. And so they did it themselves. Just basically did it themselves. Baron Records never lasted very long then. Only did 2 albums and 2 records, and that was it. 3 records, and that was it. It was done. When I first heard this, I thought, this will just be another one of these carbon copies again. Where it'll be horrible. But no, proven wrong. A shoddy remake of the song. Written by Robert Buck and Tanina Ali. Tanina Ali, I am so into my information. Support.me. Yeah, Body Heat. This one is, I would say, yeah, it's a common rip-off of the song anyway. So, just my point of view, if you want to take it seriously, don't. But my point of view, yeah. But it's Drea, though, from Watch Girls Play. Right, next one. I do have the sleeve for this one. I found the sleeve the other day, but the sleeve is missing somewhere. So, instead, I put in this generic sleeve of it. It is London Records and $1 or More, the cover of the Erasures version by this. This is done. This is mixed by the Extra Big Boys of PWL, but it is actually it's Pete Hammond who did this, and this remix is not bad. B-side, we've got B-Beat. What I've got to tell you is very sampled of all dollar tracks mixed together in a good old beat way, right? We'll avoid that at all costs. Then we've got Who Are We With in the Moonlight, their first song ever released on Acrobat Records. It's interesting how Acrobat Records comes up here. I've got a funny feeling that that London Records bought them out. Interesting. I don't know where the hell they got that from. Acrobat Records. They must have nicked that. They must have nicked that and put it on the vinyl itself. They said, no, that's what we'll do is let's just record off the vinyl and put it on here. That's it. Sound caught in that Who Is the Moonlight. It's fucking terrible. Terrible indeed. Christopher Neal did it. Yeah, all the more. I'm not going to be much to say about it, but all I'll say is it's just a carbon copy of the song. It's alright. It's okay. The singing's okay. And Teresa's got a good voice for breathing noises and sweating noises on it. But for the time, it was alright, really, for it. So it's $1 or More. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Bobby O. This guy, right, straight up from the start, this was the pioneer guy of the 80s. And still is. And he's holding, I think he's holding a book of, I don't know what that is actually. Bobby O, very important guy this guy is. Because his name's there. Suspicious Minds. Suspicious Minds. Suspicious Minds. Now, I have got 2 versions of this. Now, the reason I've got 2 versions is because this version is damaged. I've got another version which is brand new and it's still in good condition and still sealed. This one, this remake, this is weird. Right. Now, have you heard this on YouTube, okay? Have you heard the track on YouTube? Brilliant. Brilliant. But I don't understand this. The very beginning of the track is so unusual. It sounds like it's heaven. It sounds like we're going to heaven first. We're rising from the heavens, and then we're going to go bum 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 bum. Now, this guy worked with the Pet Shop Boys. Now, I'll tell you what. From his productions, fantastic. Now, if you've ever heard this, it's a dynamite version that's ever been done. The guy ran Bobcat Records, which is his own company. This is produced on Bobcat Records, and produced by Bobby O. And I don't know what all this bit is. I mean, this is just all like nonsense, really, just like brickwork. But he's supposed to get something clued up there or something else. Anyway, so this was made by Bobby O. This version is brilliant. 33 RPM. This is. I wrote in this, by the way. The reason this is why I've got a read of this one. But some of the vinyl on this is all lined to fuck it. Look at the state of it. So I got that's why I got a new version of it as well. So don't worry about this one. Anyway, it's it's got these things on here. Saved by Grace. I don't know what that means. Saved by Grace. And then it's got here Darwin Destroyed. Darwin Destroyed. Haven't got a clue. Anyway, this version, obviously a cover of Elvis Presley's version, and the radio version's good. Best version is the dub mix. That track there, backing, bloody dark as hell, but very good. That B-side, brilliant. But no one's loaded the B-side out of it. But anyway, that is brilliant. But it's Fish Map Bobby O, great production, best producer ever lived. And I've got to tell you, this one is my favourite one ever. Love it, brilliant. Now back to more embarrassing ones again. We know who this is. Oh no! Oh dear me. Where to start with this one? Kenny Marie stealing my time. Stealing my time. More like stealing my song. Yeah. Right. Aria Fashion, who was a Canadian singer who is no longer with us anymore, made a song called Save Myself. And this is a total piss rip-off of Save Myself! Same production, same melody, same everything. What? Boy, this was supposed to be a tribute to her. No, don't think so. Wrong for a start. It is a rip-off of the song that you all know, which is called what I just said, Save Myself. This is supposed to be stealing my song. I'm going to call it stealing my song. Stealing my song, stealing my record, was an attempt to re-record this as a Vincent Giorgio production, right? And I think what Ian Levine was doing at the time, I could be wrong, I think he decided that because we didn't have any more hits, let's just go and re-record this song for Vincent Giorgio. And in fact, it's not a bad version, but I'll just say the voice is something else I'm not going to talk about. Her voice on this song is awful. Oh, she screams so much in the song, but very, very, very cheesy, very cheesy. Anyway, set the records again. This one, never ever get this one. Don't get it. Try on YouTube and get it, but I do have to say it's a rip-off of Save Myself. Total rip-off of it. Production is awful. Naff production. Glad this was only the one-off production you made on this bloody level because it's fucking shit. The B side of it, I wouldn't even go there. This is a no-no. No, 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 no. Kelly Marie stealing my song. Seriously, steal this record or steal this film. But fucking hell, don't rip off the best. Bloody shit. And now, on to something of a more important one. Rickster, Night Moves. Yeah, Night Moves. Night Moves. Okay. This is a record done by Rickster, or Rick Seapack, his name is, who owned a company called, if I remember rightly, it's owned by, what was it, Soundpack Productions. And this is done by Steve Silkelly. Yeah, mixed and edited by Steve Silkelly. Originally released on Soundpack, also released on the Show Delight label, which is not very, very popular at the time. Only about 7 records, I think was the last one they released at the time, because it went bust. Anyway, this is a pretty good version. If you're into sort of house music and like house music, but I don't like, this is the one for you guys. This is a night house mix, by the way. This is on YouTube, by the way. This was, from my point of view, was kind of an attempt to be like Jackie Body, but to be honest, it's not. Anyway, it's produced by Rick Seapack, mixed and edited by Steve Silkelly, licensed by Soundpack through Robo Music Limited, Hamburg. And then we've got the B-side is done by somebody else, because apparently this version is done by the Keyman, but it's Keyman Williams who did the remix on this, by the way, which is, well, my point of view, is not bad. Now, as I say, I ain't into house music. I don't like house music, but I'm going to be very safe with this one. I only heard this because the person who had the time had it. I heard it, but I was like, oh, no. But for its time, it was good. But for now, it's not. Now, no, it's not. Rick's Night Moves, I'll say it's all right. It's okay. From Steve Silkelly's point of view, though, it's all right, really. And now on to the next one, and going to cut off this one now. Hazeldine, Better Without You. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Anyway, it's yes, she's back. She made shitloads of records during the day. This is one of the Peter L ones, Happy Go Lightly songs. I don't like the song. What I do like is the remix of Love Pains. It's fucking brilliant. Yes, this Rawhide and Bullwhip mix. I first heard this, I went, "Oh, this is fucking good." Now, for the time it came out in 1990, music went really shit. But for this version, it's bloody awesome. Dave Ford remixed this one. The other song, by the way, I don't even go there. So, anyway, but Dave Ford mixed the track. The track was also done by Phil Harding, who also ran Listen Records, but also written by Teddy Rutherford as well, and also with him. The song itself, I would say, it's a pass, right? Definite pass. You should get Carmen over, actually. But for the Rawhide and Bullwhip mix of Love Pains, can't go wrong with that version. Fucking cool. But for the song itself, at the time it came out anyway, it's alright. There you go.